Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Grandpa Birch here. He got another book. It's Tabby McTat, the musical cat. Okay, here's the title page. Tabby McTat by Julia Donaldson. Tabby McTat was a busker's cat with a meow that was loud and strong. The two of them sang of this and that, and people threw coins in the old checkered hat. And this was their favorite songs. Me, you, and the old guitar. How perfectly happy we are. Me, you, and all the old guitar. How perfectly happy we are. They're happy as can be. Okay. One morning, while Fred ate some bacon and bread, McTat took a stroll around the block. Then stopped, for there on the doorstep sat a gorgeously glossy and green-eyed cat. Oh my! She was black with one snowy white sock. Oh, you think you found a girlfriend there? Sock and McTat had a cat-to-cat chat, and that's how their story began. For while they were chatting of this and that, a thief had his eye on the old checkered hat. He eyed it, he snatched it, and he ran. Oh no! The buskers gave chase, but he tripped on his lace and crashed. In a flash he was down. He broke his leg and he banged his head, and he ended up in a hospital bed in a faraway part of town. Oh, poor guy. Bad thief. Goodbye, McTat said. I must get back to Fred. But where had the musketeer gone? The sun went down and the sky grew black. The stars came out, but he didn't come back. McTat lingered on and on and on. He lost his Fred. A week later, Sock took a stroll around the block and found his new friend, looking thin. Oh, Sock. A week later, Sock took a stroll around the block and found her new friend, looking thin. He's gone off and left me, said Tabby McTat. Then Sock said, my people, Pruella and Pat, would gladly find room for a fine tabby cat. She was right, and they took McTat in. They took McTat in. Oh, the next morning, Fred left the hospital bed and found his way back to the square. But a brass band stood where the pair, Fred and McTat, once sat. And the band played this and the band played that. And Fred looked all around for his meowed cat. But Tabby McTat wasn't there. He lost his friend. Oh no. Now McTat had a wife, and a very full life with plenty of things to do, like washing Prunella and pouncing on Pat and hiding the cat keys under the mat and keeping the newspaper nice and flat and giving the pins an occasional pat. But he dreamed of his friend with the old checkered hat, and he was nibbling this and he nibbling that, and he dreamed of his friend with the old checkered hat, and always woke up with a meow. And often he said, "What's happened to Fred?" And his paws took him back to the square. But a conjurer, a magician, stood where the pair once were. And the magician pulled out of the hat, and he pulled out that, and people threw coins in the hat, the black hat. But the busketeer was never there. One morning, Socks said, "Look under the bed and see there kittens I've had." And Siomas looked like this, and Susan looked like that. And the littlest kitten, called Samuel Spratt, looked exactly the same as his dad. The three kittens grew, and they learned how to mew. Meow. And McTat sometimes sang them his song. And Samuel Spratt, with his tabby gray fur and deafening meow and a very loud purr, and he simply loved singing along. Me, you, and the old guitar, how perfectly, perfectly happy we are. Me, you, and the old guitar, how perfectly happy we are. Then Susan and Simone found a very good homes. Their parents were happy and proud. There was one home like this, and another like that. They found good homes. But nobody wanted poor Samuel Spratt. They all said his voice was too loud. Now Tabby McTat was a home-loving cat, but he couldn't stop dreaming of Fred. And one day he called for his wife and his son, and he told them, "There's something that has to be done. I must go and find him," he said. He misses Fred. So up and down and all over town, he wandered a whole week long. For many a morning and afternoon, by the light of the sun and the light of the moon, till he heard a familiar song. Just me and the old guitar. If I had a cat, I'd be happier by far. Just me and the old guitar. With my cat, I'd be happier far. Oh no. It's Tabby McTat and my long-lost cat. Old Fred was ecstatically glad. Then the two of them sang, of this and that, and the people threw coins at the new checkered hat. But why did McTat feel sad? He was missing his wife and his comfortable life and the dozens of things to do, like washing Prunella and pouncing on Pat, and hiding the car keys under the mat, and keeping the newspaper nice and flat, and giving the pens an occasional bat. But how could he tell the busketeer that? Then from a shadow sprang Samuel Spratt. "Oh, please let me be the busketeer's cat," he said with his deafening meow. Now Samuel Spratt and the busketeer cat, with a meow that's loud and strong, and two of them sang of this and that, though Samuel sings just a little bit flat. And people threw coins to the old checkered hat. And this is their favorite song. Me, you, and the old guitar. How perfectly happy we are. Me, you, and the old guitar. And perfectly happy we are. Isn't that sweet? And that's the end of the book. All right. Bye for now. Bye.